Sandy Missouri from Balloon Utopia and Market with Balloons. And today I want to share with you how we actually build columns for outdoors, like start to finish, how we do the job, because you guys keep asking me about it. So first of all, just to start from the very beginning, as you can see, I'm kind of in a sea of balloons here. So these are just standard columns, and they start with 11-inch balloons. These are 11-inch balloons sized to about 9.5 inches. They're going to be outdoors, so we want them really good and squishy. And the other thing that I want to show you is that we have them tied in duplets. A duplet is two balloons tied together, and we're going to take one duplet and another duplet, and we are going to twist them together, and that is going to give us our quad. All right, so that is kind of the building block here. Now, each of these columns has 14 quads, and so what I'm going to do is I have here 260s. That is the long, skinny balloons that you make hats and animals with, and I'm basically using them like a rubber band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these two balloons together, just like you tie shoelaces, just like that, okay? Now notice that I didn't put them together and then tie them like that. I just feel like it forms a stronger bond this way. I could be wrong. Do it your way, test it out, see how you like it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the first quad, and boy, it's going to be tough to do it facing you here, but I'm going to try for your sake. All right, so I'm going to take the first quad, and I'm basically going to kind of figure eight the 260 around it. If you notice, I'm still holding onto the nozzle as I figure eight it because I really want to get that around there securely. Okay, and then I'm going to take the 260 and I'm kind of wrapping it around my hand so that I have a pretty good tension here. You know, you should be able to play Smoke on the Water on it or something like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is this particular job calls for alternating patterns, and one of the reasons that I'm doing it for you today is because we're doing it at the San Diego Sports Arena, which is like one of the windiest places that I ever work. And I get a lot of questions about doing columns for outdoors. How do I weight them? How do I transport them? So I want to share it with you. So here we go. Today is, you know, as real world as it gets. Good, bad, and ugly. All right, so we have our quad. You want to kind of flatten it out, which I've got a lot of mess here, so you'll just kind of have to bear with me. But then you're going to add on your second quad. If you do it on the floor with a counter pressure, it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, and you're just going to figure eight it in, and then take on your next quad, put it right there on top, kind of push it down, figure eight it, and we're going to keep on doing that for all 14. Now here's our last one here. Okay, and now this one, I'm also going to kind of figure eight it around the cluster below it. So it just really, you know, holds it on tight together. So there's my column. Now, when I go to put them in the truck, I'm just going to grab it by the string in the middle so I can move it around. You see? They're really light, easy to transport. And then I'll show you when we get on site how we put it up onto the, onto the frame. So there you go. We'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so here we are on site. It is super, super windy, and we're not even in the windiest part of it yet. So I want to show you how we do this, okay? So we have the base plate and pole here. These are just those wooden base plates that I teach you how to make in my How to Make a Balloon Column Frame video. And you see it's just a wooden base plate 2x2, flange, a threaded pipe, and a piece of 1/2-inch EMT. And then we've got these 10-pound weights that we just get from Walmart or a sporting goods store or Target or wherever. And we're actually going to, in the end, put two on each base plate. So one will be here and one will be here. I have it just like this for right now, just to hold it down so that the wind doesn't knock it down while I'm working. to it a 260 under the knot. So I'm going to take these two strings, and you see the wind is really fighting me. And I'm pulling it down all the way to the third cluster. And then I'm crisscrossing it and tying it in a knot. And then pulling it down again another two clusters and tying it in a knot. You can't see that. I don't even know if you can hear me. Okay, now put it back up. All right. Now, when we place it, here, come on, get closer here. You saw the whole thing. You can see that the wind is taking it, and that's why we're going to put two weights, catty corner, one on the other side. So when we place it, it's going up there. What we're going to do is, just by way of example, the second weight, you see this? I just slide it right under the balloons between them. Now, you see it, so you know because you know to look for it. But most people, once you do that, they won't see it. All they'll see is the bright colors of the balloons. So I don't use paver stones. I don't use steel base plates. This is how I do it, even in crazy, crazy windy conditions. And if I really needed more weight, I would use two 25-pound weights. And it's worked, it's worked. Now, something really important, and that is that you do not want to use press board. It must be plywood. Because if you use press board, what's going to happen is those screws will just pop off because the wood will disintegrate. So you really want plywood, and ideally you want to use carriage bolts, not just regular screws, okay? So I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done, but I got to get all my crew, all hands on deck so that we can get this done in time. So I'll be with you in just a bit. You see how it's done with the weights going catty corner on those base plates. And hey, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave me a comment. What else do you want me to teach you about? What else do you want to learn? What other things in the field do you want me to show you? This video was because you guys asked for it. And of course, share it with everybody you know, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.